Here we are on a very windy day in York, so you can hear it blowing a gale outside, otherwise I'd be doing this kind of outside some of it. We've got a little CL350 here, and it's come on a long way since we last spoke. I'll give you a wee walk around it in a minute, but what I'm going to do today is, I've got the speedo head and the tachometer off, and they're in quite a sad state, as you can see there. The paintwork is quite faded and tired, and we're going to take these and make them look really smart for almost no cost, and they're going to look great when they're back on the bike. But first, let's have a look around the bike, and I'll show you how far we've got with it. Okay, that's how she looks now, and I think you'll agree it's tons smarter than we saw it a couple of weeks ago. And what have we done? I've had the tail lamp off, and we've cleaned up the chrome in the tail, and we've painted the bracket up there, polished up the rear fender and mudguard. It looks great. These have just been polished, and I've put some new stainless steel screws in there. I couldn't get the correct ones, but these are the correct thread and the correct depth, and the little stainless steel cap screws, they're beautiful. They're countersunk and they're rather nice. Just polish up the rack. I've recovered the seat, as you can see. The exhaust cleaned up really nicely. They're gorgeous exhaust, these, and I put some new tailpipes on them because the top pipe was quite corroded, so I put new tailpipes on. They're stainless. The wheels have cleaned up really well. I've polished the generator cover, as you can see, and just polished the caps. We've got new, this has all been painted. We've got new, I've replaced the badge. I haven't got a badge for the other side, unfortunately. I've got a load of badges, but they're not nice enough to put on. You can see the paintwork being done in the tank. It looks great. Front wheel came up really nicely, as I think I've pointed out to you before. There's a bit of speckling on the front mudguard there, and I'm probably going to change it. I think I've got one. The legs came up really nicely, as you saw before, and I need to polish the clutch cover. As I say, I don't have a badge for that, but I polished up the rear hub and cleaned up the wheel. We had the swing arm out and painted that, and it all looks lovely. And these wee brackets here that the foot pegs sit on. So, you know, it all looks, you know, tons better than it did a couple of weeks ago. So I think you'll agree it looks rather nice. Well, I hope you agree anyway. So, but what you can see up top here, it's a bit, this is all a little bit kind of, just a bit shabby looking, so I'm going to clean all this up now. And we'll paint up the speedo head and tacho. I've got the bolt out of that, because the clutch lever, because the bolt was a bit tired, so I'm putting some new bolts in there, new pivot bolts. So let's paint the speedo head and tacho up, and it'll look loads better. Okay, so what am I going to use to clean this up? I could use a number of things. I've got a little kind of arsenal of all sorts of stuff here. That. I've got lots of little abrasive wheels. These are kind of Scotch-Brite wheels, but for this one, you could rub it down gently with Scotch-Brite and you'd get there. But for this, I'm going to use what somebody called a flapper wheel. Somebody wrote into it the other week and they called it a flapper wheel. And what it is, it's got Scotch-Brite on, and in between the Scotch-Brite, it's got little layers of emery tape, and it's great stuff. Emery cloth, I beg your pardon. And it's great for getting through here. We've got mild steel beneath that, so that's really very durable, and it will stand me doing this. So I'm going to do this right in front of you just now. Oops, I'm charging this battery. And we're going to clean round there and get that paint off. And we'll clean gently round the rim there, and then I'll mask it up and we'll paint it up as you've seen me do before. So let's just get this a run around. I could paint on just straight on top of the old paint, but the scratches would show through. gently around the rim now. So that's the bottom of the glass. Okay, just don't feel it that. I will just take a bit more off there. Okay, I'll mask this up now. Get my glasses on. The vicissitudes of age. And you mask up, just making sure to get the masking tape right into the corners there. I'll just trim it off roughly now, just with the scissors, but we'll make it fit properly in a moment. Just pushing it right into the corners like that. As you can see, this doesn't take long to do. Use my modelling knife just to trim that in there. That's what you call these in America, we call them Stanley knives in Britain, because the kind of manufacturer that it was the go-to modelling knife manufacturer forever. And it's become kind of absorbed into language the same way that Hoover has become the name for your vacuum cleaner, regardless of who makes it. Tiny bit there I've just missed, so just blag a bit on there. Okay, that'll suffice. Alright. What I'm using as ever is my Hammerite Smooth, and with this stuff you put on a mist coat first, just to give it something to grip. And I'll leave that 5 or 10 minutes just to start going off. And then I'll be able to get a proper coat on top of that. So let's just give it a few minutes. Okay, here we are a few minutes later. This has gone off now to a point where it is tacky, and I'm sure many of you noticed my schoolboy error in that I forgot to mask round here. That's the shiny part of the instrument. So that would have been all covered in nasty black paint. So I've cleaned all that back off again, and that'll be a lesson to me for not rushing. And now that's gone off now to a point where it's tacky. So I'll move my American Pickers mug. I'll just put another coat on this. And you can see it goes on. I'm going to close that garage door, because even in here, it's blowing so much outside. It's blowing the paint about. This is such forgiving paint. As I say, it's hammerite smooth, and it really is kind of self-leveling. And it goes off to a point where you can put a second coat on it in about 15 minutes. So in less than that, that would maybe perhaps 10 minutes. And you can see already, that's going to look great when it goes on the bike. So I'll leave that now, just to go off. I'll paint its friend up, and then I'll pop him back on the bike in a few minutes. So, bit of a result. Here's our little Honda, looking a lot better. With the clock's back on now. Everything works, even the little neutral light I'll show you in a moment. We've polished up this lot and made it look a lot better. I think you'll agree, it's a really, really pretty bike. I'm still waiting for a badge for the other side, and the ignition switch here is some piece of oriental, non-Japanese crap that the barrel's pulled out of, which is garbage, so I've got a genuine one coming. But we've got a great opportunity today, so let's just see. Right, here's our little CL350 now, all back together. I've got the speedo head and tach on, as you can see they're all painted up and they look great. I've cleaned up all this lot at the top, and we are at the end of January just now, but we've had some rain in recent days, and we've got a dry day today, so I think there's only one thing to do, don't you? So let's take it out for a wee ride, see how it goes. I promise you, I haven't ridden this bike at all. I have no idea if it holds all the gears, or how it's going to go, but I think it's going to be alright. So let's give that a whirl now. got another little winner here. It's made us a great little bike, and it goes really well, and a pretty little thing. I think we've got away with the salty weather today, and it won't have hurt it at all because the roads are pretty dry, but it does everything it should. It stops well, it holds the gears well, it pulls well. It's just a great little bike, and from one that came back with having had no starter clutch, no advanced retard mechanism, didn't run, and was quite scruffy. I think we've got a real win here, so another one for Hondas, another one for us guys. So thanks for that, and I'll speak to you next time. I've got another one of these, a little gold one, which looked quite pretty, but actually when you get close to it, it's not. But more of that next time. Cheers guys.